Everybody, welcome. I'm at the control panel here of the event. I'm going to turn the music down. And thank you for joining us on the internet. We are broadcasting live from Punta Gorda, so come on down and join us. Hello, everybody. Goes to 10 o'clock. We got 10 more minutes. Oh, yeah, not yet. We got 10 more minutes. We're going to kind of give a little dive. And vendors, our vendors are out here. We have a bunch of vendors. I think we've got at least and products and services, all plant-based. And that's why you guys want to join. So if you're listening to us, there's 6 food vendors. Okay. You can let everybody know. Okay, so we got 6 food vendors, I think.
Here, including a coffee vendor. So if you need your morning coffee, you can go right over there.
Everybody who's walking by on the path here at LAISHLEY, you all are invited. Everybody is totally free. I'm also, like I said, I'm broadcasting this out on the internet. Anybody on the internet, come on down. Free admission. And the difference between this festival and any other festival that's happened aside from us, because this is the 4th year we've been here. The difference is that this is totally plant-based, and this is
the future is plant-based.
Okay, you'll see on our screen behind a profit, which is for people, animals, and our planet. So it's actually a win-win-win. When you go plant-based, if you don't understand why, ask Dr. Delaney here. She'll be here at 1 p.m. Actually, 1:30 she talks. And also for people, animals. Of course, animals don't get hurt. You can ask Vegan Evan. They're going to be talking this afternoon at 2:30. And also, we're just kind of warming up right now. And then the other thing is our planet. Brad Talbot has got an hour learning at 11 o'clock, which is really cool about saving our seas. So he's going to explain the entire thing. We're going to give you information on how to enjoy life more, how to have more fun, and you're going to find it people, and you're going to have like the future now. Instead of doing the same old boring stuff, I mean, I get tired of doing anything after a little while. Anyway, I mean, I'm 53 years young. You know, even if I've done all this stuff for like 50 years, half a century, all right? Especially if it's better. Am I right?
Right.
All right, so we are 8 minutes to get started here a little bit early. I think we have a talk that we gave at Southwest Florida Veg Fest, which is our last weekend. It was our flagship event. We had a bunch of people fly in from out of town. It's only farm, but that was not here, which is Punta Gorda. And I've mentioned this before. I want to say it again. We've been here. This is the 4th year that we've been here, and we're all about plant-based in the future. But still, in this entire county of Charlotte County, Florida, there's a fully plant-based or fully vegan restaurant.
No, if you check your Happy Cow on the vegan filter, you'll find nothing, which is really sad.
There are some that are close. There is none that's fully vegan. So we're going to keep knocking on the door here until somebody gets the message. We're willing. There's customers, right? Yeah. There are customers. If you are going to open up a restaurant, you've got all the food vendors. I think every food vendor here has traveled from out of town, right? There's none of the food. They're here to show you that you can make plant-based tasty. Your taste buds will love it and enjoy life. You can have fun. You don't need the animal products, right? That's the thing. You don't even notice it.
Cholesterol.
So that's why we're here. So please come on down if you're watching on the internet or if you're park. I'm talking to you. If you're walking around LAISHLEY Park and you've seen all these events, this one is better than all going to improve your life for free. Right?
Rather than make it worse.
All you got to do is habits. The next thing you know, you're going to lose most of the diseases you have. Anybody out there on pharmaceuticals? 1:30 p.m. She's going to tell you how to get off of them and actually have an enjoyable, fun time.
Yeah.
And most doctors don't even know you can do that. That's the sad part about where we are in society right now. Doctors, physicians into our events, right?
Yeah, Dr. Diller, she has a practice, You can see her. She's a cardiologist. So if you want your medication, make sure you come back to listen to Dr. Delaney and take her business card.
Yeah, and if you're walking, you're hearing all the stuff. Okay, where do I find out more information? Well, first of all, come on in here, talk to our vendors. They'll even give you a hug if you want. Okay, and also on this giant video wall we have next to us, it's 6. All the information's there. If you guys, if it's too fast for you, all you got to do is go to our website.org, or if you want the schedule, see there's a schedule, it's going to go away. Oh, it's gone. Well, just go to org, charlottebeg.org. Click on presenters. You'll have pictures, talk topics, like everything. Is that way more than what you got on this board? This board is just giving you a general, all kinds of resources. Here's our sponsors. Thank you so much for all the sponsors for making this.
It's Veg Fund and PCRM.
Yeah,
Forever Young.
These are different groups that we have. There's our. How are we doing on time? We got 4 minutes. Okay, I am going to step down for a second. Denise put up our slides. We're going to get started early because we have, like we said, a big talk here that we're going to get into. Just please take over.
Okay. So Mike and I are volunteers here. We work all day. So if you're interested in seeing more Veg Fest, you're welcome to the bank here right by our tent.
We also have an email list too. Somebody. I saw a vegan festival or plant-based thing here a few years ago when it hadn't been back. I'm like, well, we've been every year this time. So get on our email list right over there. All we're going to email you about is our vegan art. And the difference between this event and anybody else's event is that this is totally plant-based. Totally.
We don't do TV or radio advertising. It's too pricey, but we do send know when our events are coming up. So just provide your email.
All right, let's get into it. We're on the marathon now. We go.
Okay. Thanks everyone for coming out today. I'm Denise. I'm the treasurer of aPlantBasedDiet.org, and Mike is the president. He's back in 2014. Mike, do you want to say? Okay, Mike, do you want to say?
Okay, that's me over there. That does look like me. Can you see it? Okay, yes, that's me. Basically, the show organization in 2014 when I finally gave up animal products. For me, I was vegetarian. I just gave up the dairy. I didn't huge benefits to giving up dairy. And I didn't know anybody in 2014, back in the dark years ago. So I started this nonprofit with the goal of connecting people both online today.
So this is me. I started when I was the president of my condo association back in Erie, Pennsylvania. So and he encouraged me to go plant-based. I read the China study, and I wanted to help. Background in working in financial information systems for the past 25 years. I thought it would be a treasurer role, which I did 3 years ago. So that's when plant-based. I lost 20 pounds, and Mike and I were able to start running competitive 5. I weigh the same as I did in the 8th grade.
We won some races too. I'll say that there weren't many people hating, okay, but we did win.
Yeah, I did win a 5K once in Virginia. That was a lot of fun. So
that was our slogan.
Our animals and our planet. So I have a different slide that explains all 3 pieces of for people. I'm sure if you're here, you're aware that there's evidence that associated with lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, stabilized blood sugar, lower overall improved health measures. It can help with things like lowers your risk of getting Alzheimer's disease, and that's all because it's higher in fiber and vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, and 95% of humans have fiber on a daily basis. You think that has anything to do with why so many people have diseases?
So if this is news to you, you want to read the China study.
Okay, folks, but also how much fiber is in animal products?
0.
And we don't have any animal products here between us and somebody else. So
right.
we are taking out the bad stuff, like the really bad stuff, on the level that you need and the good stuff.
So you won't find meat, dairy, or eggs here because it is horrible for the animals either.
Yeah, the protein in animal products, by the way, is the wrong kind of protein. Where do you get your protein? It's really where you get your fiber. But the protein in animal products, turns out what it causes
Cancer.
Cancer. Yeah, the protein in animal products causes cancer when you eat that stuff.
Right, because it's the wrong kind of protein, and it's too much protein is what's provided.
You need fiber, and you only get it in whole plants.
Right. You can watch. You can read How Not to Die or How Not to Diet. I heard he's been here before.
Yeah, he was here during the very first Charlotte County Vet Fest we had. Just today, he was here on the stage. Actually, he had never given an outdoor presentation before. In fact, he told us because he doesn't do it for anybody. And I told him we got this screen here, right?
Yeah.
And you can actually see in this. You can see what's going on. So he agreed, and he was here, which was awesome. And we've been using the screen at every event 3 years ago. Actually, we've had it for 3.5 years now.
Yeah, this was our first major purchase for the organ for itself. Many times over now.
And I hear DJ Bass Diver over there. I hear he's playing for tips. Okay, so make sure you put your requests in. DJ Bass Diver is all the way in the. Actually, he turned it on right at 10 a.m.
He likes fruit too. He's vegan. You can bribe him.
We started early, as we told you.
Okay. So you can also read Dr. Neer for reversing diabetes. A lot of people aren't even aware that you can reverse diabetes. They think you just have the rest of your life.
That's not correct.
Not true.
So talk to a doctor. Talk to Dr. Jamie Delaney, 30 p.m. today in LAISHLEY Park, Punta Gorda. She's going to talk to you for no visit charge.
Yes. And you can also read Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease. Heart disease is reversible too. Just because your arteries are clogged up.
Another disease.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about this. Heart disease is a disease. High blood pressure is a diabetes is a disease. Cancer is a disease. As I mentioned, approximately 80 are easily reversible if you have the right habits and make the changes and number the animal products that you're saying.
Yes. So to what oil does to your body, even olive oil, which is not good for you, you can info and healthyveganfood.info, and you can watch Dr. Caldwell Essel's Reversing Heart Disease.
Yeah, we just talked about eating plants, eating whole plants, because only whole plants have the fiber.
None.
Same as an animal product, right? So you don't want to eat it. He explains all the science. Veganfood.info. Watch the 2 videos. They're very long, but worth watching if you want all the facts.
Yeah. So Alzheimer's is associated with taking in too much. So that there is research on this. I just read about it in the Scientific American.
Yes.
Alzheimer's.
Yes.
You can stop it from progressing.
And what's it similar to? It's similar to diabetes. It's similar. We know it's a disease that can be reversed, no problem. Just do the right habits. Yeah. Guess what? Alzheimer's dementia, most likely type 3 diabetes, directly related to the same issue of diabetes, meaning it's most likely reversible. It's just that you have to stop eating all the stuff that's wrong on. That's all you have to do. I know it's tough, but you can do it. That's why you have this event here. That's why. If you're watching us on the internet, and if you're walking around the park, come on over here. We just type 2 diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and dementia, and many more.
Dementia is related to diet, but you also need to exercise. That's important for social activities, health too. So it's not all diet. We're not making any promises.
Well, it's life. It's life. It's your habits, all of which are within your control. Access that and utilize that control, which we hope you do.
Play a small role in this, but if you read this article, the title says lifestyle factors are the best now for reducing blood
Okay,
sugar.
you just mentioned genetics. Let's also mention, and I'm not a geneticist, what you feed your body, the fuel, will change the expression of your genes.
Changes your genes.
Yeah, so your genes are not a death or life sentence. Nobody was necessarily. It's more your habits, your lifestyle. That's what's way more important.
Got bacteria cells than anything else, and they pay attention to what you eat.
Oh yeah, gut bacteria flourish and do well without enough fiber, and 95% of people don't get enough fiber. Remember that.
Yeah. As far as animals go, I'll steal this quotation from PETA. To kill an animal that doesn't want to die. And as I mentioned previously, meat is not
essential. Well, you're not a real man unless you're eating meat, right? Actually, if you're an animal lover, you better not be eating meat because somebody had to say no animal lover would ever eat meat. And real men are, I would think, animal lovers. I would think, I hope.
So protein deficiencies are uncommon in America, even among vegetarians. I'm protein deficiency wing of a hospital.
Nobody dies or suffers or gets sick from protein. Do they get sick from fiber deficiency?
Yes.
Yes. Only found in plants. No fiber in animal products, no fiber in oil.
I've certainly seen the hospital, though, and that shouldn't even be necessary unless you have some sort of birth defect. Vitamin in the human diet that needs to come from an animal source. Actually, it's not even from an animal. It's B12, and it's very easily supplemented.
So B12, yeah, Denise says you want to take it. I wish we didn't have to, but you don't need to take any other supplement. If you need to take it just temporary, eat a well-balanced diet full of mostly whole plants, organic.
Exactly. The third aspect of our nonprofit is for the planet, and I'm sure you're aware that being cut down to make grazeland for cattle and to plow to feed the cattle, when it should be left alone so that we can keep our oxygen on the planet.
Over in South America, over here in Florida, you got that Lake Okeechobee diagram. You see in the lower right-hand corner here, so it flows out east and west through human-made lakes. I don't know why they always say man-made. And if you want to hear more about what's going on here in Florida and actual real fixes, it's not involved electing anybody into office, okay? Hang around at 11, he's going to give you the entire plan that you need to know at 11 a.m.
Yes, a third service group over here too. They're just between the coffee truck and the other booth.
Yeah, go see them.
So Mike will tell you what you can see at Healthy Vegan.
All right, healthyveganfood.info. We know that not all plant-based and animal, not all not animal products are not. We don't deal with animal products. However, as we talked about, oils are not health. Okay, so what else do we need to know? Well, that's why the standard comes into play. Healthy Vegans, let all your food vendors or food entities know about this. It's done on a per item basis. Now, like a fruit or vegetable automatically qualifies, you automatically is healthy vegan food because it's food that into a prepared dish. That's when we need to look at things a little more closely. That's where this certification. You can see more at healthyveganfood.info. I think Denise is going to show you next.
Yep. You know, it's not out in our info tent while we're talking.
Okay, then here it is. Here is what to be certified. Number one, has to have whole plant fiber. We just talked about the reasons why. 95% of you need to get the fiber. Number two, zero animal products. We just talked about how animal products have zero. They cause cancer in humans, cholesterol, and other things. Zero added oil. We just talked about a highly processed version of a plant, and all the fiber is gone. So you don't want any of that either. Zero added plants in their natural state already have salt and sodium in them. You do not need to add to cook with it because you can't take it out. However, if restaurants and entities take our standard, they can always have a salt. They just can't cook with it. Zero alcohol. Alcohol is actually a group 1 carcinogen. We're not going to get into that too much. So there's no question about that. And the last one is No refined sugar. We've changed the language on the website. Zero refined sugar, meaning you cannot have the white crystal. None. They take all the fiber out and most all the nutrition out. You can have stuff like or date paste or something like that. So that's all I have to say about that. Go to healthyveganfood.info and let supermarkets, farmers markets, let them know about all these things. We want them to sign up.
Yeah. Our website, aPlantBasedDiet.org. If you're new to cooking vegan and healthy recipes, you can just go to these links. There's a tab there called Healthy Recipes. If you
we rarely cook or prepare anything for that matter.
Yeah, well, you can use this apartment like we do.
Yeah, we cut pineapples every morning for breakfast.
Or you can order healthy. Here's an example. There's plant here, and Mama says is another.
Yeah, available on our website.
I know there are other sources too. So people always ask us, where do you get the right question? The question is, where do you get your fiber? But the answer is all plant animals get their protein from plants, which means that if you eat the animal, you're just eating. You don't have to do that. You can go straight to the source.
So you've got a middle person in there when you don't need a middle person. If you can get rid of them, just get rid of them.
Yeah, it's very inefficient. That's why you don't need the animals for food. So if you're getting enough calories, you're getting enough protein. That's all you need to know. And just so you're aware, human breast milk has as cow's milk. Humans don't need as much protein as a baby calf. So if you look at an 8-ounce serving of breast milk, and I'm not saying you should drink this, has protein.
Well, if you're within the first year of life, you should drink that.
Yeah, if you're baby, most milk for 8 ounce has 7.9 grams of protein.
And it's just nobody told you this in the Got Milk ads. They forgot to tell you this milk is not even from it. It's from some animal that apparently you don't even care about and are paying to have slaughtered so that you get any sense at all when you think about it. None.
That's why the American Dairy Association doesn't even say it, because PCRM sued them over that.
They used to say that. Yeah, we grew up with that. Like I said, we grew up in the 70s and 80s. I remember all the propaganda. It was all propaganda.
Yeah. So the real question is, where do you get your fiber? And you need 25 to 30 grams. You only get 15.
Remember, I need to reiterate again. That's double positive. 95% of humans do not get enough fiber on a daily basis. If you want to know why everybody's sick, this is focused on this fiber deficiency, which almost everyone has.
And this is based learned in Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Diet. Almost every word out of his mouth, search, and he kept saying fiber. That's what.
Where do you get your fiber? Where do you get your fiber? How much fiber?
None. So a lot of people have asked us, well, how do you even go vegan? So since Mike and I don't like to cook, here's a nice graph of what we eat in a given. When we were home and able to make smoothies.
Oh, we're not home. We're nomads.
Oh man.
I like this weather. I love skipping winter.
Yeah, but we travel all over Florida during the winter. Don't hurry in the car. But here we had a giant smoothie for lunch, for breakfast, and for dinner. I believe there was a giant salad, a bag of crinkle cut fries, no salt added, cooked in the air fryer for dinner.
Okay, so the gist here, Whole Foods, really close to whole, lightly cooked. Lisa's going to get into that in a minute. And the other thing is color. That color is not artificial. That color is natural. That's the reason why you and I can see, and actually carnivores, not human, they cannot see in color because they don't need to.
Right. That will attack anything that's black and white and moving. So, 8 grams of fiber from eating that stuff you see on the video wall. And look at all the protein. We got 20. That is plenty enough.
And I bet we got sodium in there too, because sodium is naturally present in the food. You don't.
252 grams of sodium here without even adding any salt. So pie chart, most of our calories come from carbs, but those are good carbs. Those are not the ones that make
between whole plant carbohydrates and processed carbs, aka kind. Everybody knows processed food is not good for you, right? That's why a donut carb is not the same as some pineapple or a tomato or a banana in the whole state, because that actually has fiber. And actually, most processed carbs are incredibly dehydrated, and they will dehydrate you. Dehydration, in addition to not getting enough fiber, and this is another reason why most everybody.
And where do you get your omega-3s? Not from fish. Those give you plenty of omega-3s.
That was also some really good marketing about eating fish oil back in the day. I say, man, they really got me. They really did.
It's unnecessary. Fish oil isn't even good for you.
Yeah, where's all the how much fiber is in oil? None.
So here we are in day one. We keep it simple, but we had that whole watermelon there that Mike is holding over his head.
Okay, I stuck it in the blender. You can see it right there, and you can do that. Smoothies are great. Juice is not part of a regular ongoing diet. There is definitely a place for them. Regular ongoing, you need the fiber, as we talked. Your fiber. So with the watermelon, it's pretty cool. All you do is cut it open, throw it in the blender, turn it on hot. It's basically like a juice.
Yeah, it makes a slushy, and then you don't even need to chug water that day. Water, well, not if you eat a watermelon.
Unless we're at an event like this where I'm literally not drinking water ever, because I'm getting so much water from the plants. The whole plants have everything amounts.
Yeah, we brought grapes for a snack today. So here we got 39 grams of enough. That's more than 25, and 33 grams of protein. We're not protein. This day looks similar to the other, just we had different breakfast. And food here.
And there's our pasta. I like my pasta and my rice, but guess what? You can do it if you really want to do the best you can for your body. You're going to want it to be organic and whole grains. That means brown stuff, right?
Yes. And we had some steel cut oats for breakfast with blueberries, and that was a giant bowl. It's like a mixing bowl size.
Oh, and by the way, I want to, before I forget, do not, I'm telling you, don't. Unless you're drinking from a mountain spring, do not use the water out of your sink. Another source of toxicity in your body is drinking the chemical-laden water that comes out of your tap. Drinking, even if somebody says you can.
So this day we had 1,500 calories, which is it's less than most people get because we had that cooked food. We had those giant bowls of oats. Raw food like fruits and veggies. You can eat as much as you want. Do I count calories, Mike?
Eat at least half raw. I'd say more like 60% raw organic produce. We're constantly going to the farmer's market on Saturday. Got some really good pineapples, and we ate them immediately, and they were yellow too. They were from market to market, and just eat what's available, because plants are not like your long shelf products that most people eat. If it's going to last you a month, 6 months, a year, that is dramatically. If it's going to last you a day, that is your health food. That's how you know. I'm not animals, I'm talking about plants, because the plants harness the sun. I know the sun's powerful here. It will harness it in a way that your body utilizes it and deliver that energy to you.
We had 3 pineapples. They were $4 each. So if people say that they can't go vegan because they can't go organic, that's bullshit.
And we're traveling in the car. We just cut them open right there. Find some nice yellow pineapples. We eat them immediately.
All right. If you eat a whole bag of Oreos and drink a whole bottle of vodka, you'll get 35. Is there any nutrition in here? No. 700
grams of carbs.
700 grams of carbs and 84 grams of fat.
84 grams. Is there any fiber in there?
No, there's 0 fiber.
Okay.
And there's 1,500 milligrams of sodium in that whole bag of Oreos.
Yeah, that's another thing. You don't realize that anything with multi-ingredients, they are adding salt. And I understand back in the day before refrigeration and before food that way. But now we're all addicted to the salt. And the salt in your food is not the same as the salt in the plants. It's in a form you can absorb in your body. It's grown in the plant. The salt that you add is a rock. It's a crushed rock. It's going to do damage to you internally.
Yes. Here's what we really ate on day 5. 3
What color?
pineapples. We had some white. I have those cucumbers.
There's a pineapple I was telling you about. Upper left.
Yeah, it's nice and right. They're right.
It's hard to find ripe pineapples, but it's worth it. Worth it if you look for them.
They're starting to turn gray.
Yeah, they will not usually ripen at all after you buy them from the store. Once they're picked.
I have this huge salad, 10-ounce salad for lunch with some of this mango coconut. It doesn't have any fat or salt in it. It's awesome. We had some chai tea left on our sweets, and there's this whole bag of pretzels, organic and no salt added. So we downed a bag of those last night, and look, we're still at it for the day. Still got enough fiber and protein. It wasn't ideal. It was better. Okay. All right. So here's some of the Veg Fest that
we were just there last weekend. That was our flagship event in Bonita Springs. If you don't know about it, get on our email list over here. In February, it's our biggest event on a plants only farm. You can pick your own plants while you're there. It's awesome.
Yeah. Here we were at Charlotte County.
Here, I was right on the stage. Actually, right at the tent is. That was Dr. Greger. And by the way, Dr. Greger, because he just turned 50, I'm 53, and Denise is 52.
We're not actually. We do have a YouTube channel. You can follow us at aPlantBasedDiet.org, and we review restaurants and locations.
Yeah, subscribe, please. You'll find out about everything we do. Possible, or you can't do it if you're going somewhere. Just watch us. We'll show you.
You can hear by following us on Eventbrite. Just go to aPlantBasedEvents.info.
If you don't want emails and you just want to, can't somebody just tell me when the events are? Yes. Play info. Well, I'm not on social media. Okay. It's not social media. PlantBasedEvents.info goes to event. Follow us there. When you go to PlantBasedEvents.info, you will go straight to the screen that you're seeing. Tap the follow button, and what happens is whenever we release a new event, and only then, you will have Eventbrite where you'll find out about it.
Yeah, an email or a notification on your phone. We did this year. Ooh, one was even a restaurant event where we did all-you-can-eat Indian food.
Yes, actually, healthy vegan food. If you missed that, if you know what I'm talking about, healthy vegan food, go to healthyveganfood.info. And by the way, we already scheduled that event again for December. It's in Fort Myers. So go scroll all the way down. You'll see it.
So if you're really into raw food and how to organically...
Yeah, we convince people that food as grown, organic, whole way to go. Because if you are in agreement, okay, you say, okay, but it's hard. It's hard. Well, what do I do?
In Eco Village, you won't have much of a choice. Because that's all they do is grow organic fruit.
Where they have 12 hours of sunlight every day. And well, you're like, oh, I'm in Florida. It's good enough. No. You know why? Because Hurricane Ian came right through here. Okay, look at that bend over palm tree art over there. You know, there's a problem. There's no hurricanes over there in eastern Ecuador and the Amazon rainforest. Plus, you have to irrigate, you have to grow vegetables here in the summer. You know the drill. You know everything if you know about plants. This is not the best place. What can we do? If someone wants to try out this Terra Frutis in Ecuador, what can we do? Can we offer them something?
You can pass on this alta.org. This is available for rent. You can check out
the
community and have a home in this nice house.
This house was just completed. It took us 2 years to get it built in the community and on their own food. You'll get to meet our neighbor Nick, who's fruitarian. What is fruitarian? It means you only eat fruit. He doesn't eat nut seeds. He doesn't eat greens. He eats avocados. He eats tomatoes. He eats everything else, but he won't eat anything else. And this house, I can't remember what the rental rate is. It's way more affordable. We did raise it a little bit because we were charging way too little, as we found in the beginning. But I think it's still like $500 a month. That includes electricity, water, all the utilities. There's another community that's Denise just went nearby. We have some large land there that's more of a pioneer type community. The one that we showed you, all the luxuries of home community. So it depends what you're into.
So it's a huge community, all down at the base of the Rio Zamora. But Mike and I bought this whole farm down
Lower
here.
right, you can see that? That's like 70 something acres, 71.8 acres.
And you can buy a lot here for dollars.
Yeah, $3,400 for more than an acre of land. Does anybody know something affordable into that? I didn't think so. So look, and by the way, it's tough in Florida. Like you can't grow vegetables in the summer if you want to grow them outdoors. You got seasons here because they don't get shorter over there. There's 12 hours of sunlight every single day, and you don't need to irrigate anything.
Yeah,
and if you're into this, consider this even as a vacation to check it out. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it's low in this part of Ecuador too. So our other nonprofit is called Lifestyle Medicines for Local Organic Vegan Eating.
Yeah, love local organic vegan eating.
And all of our events are free outdoor events. Other private indoor events, they charge admission.
That's right. We're not a private club. We want to let you know. We want you to think that this is the future. Plant-based is the future. So the best way to get there is to invite everyone. Check it out like this event. Like if you're walking around LAISHLEY Park here, that's what this is. It's a festival that's totally plant-based. This guy named Vegan Evan who's walking up on stage. I see him over here. He's going to be, you get to meet him too.
If you want to make a donation to LifestyleMedicine.org, you can just go to the website. There's a give button. You can donate to our little piggy bank over here. It's for kids.
Yeah, we're all volunteers. All the money goes right, free public education. That's what we are.
So Mike does nutrition counseling if you need some.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a lifestyle nutritionist. If you've heard me talk about all the habits, it's all lifestyle choices. Well, that's what I do.
Mike also has a free video book on about your list.
Okay, I summarized everything that we talked about here today in this book. It's very that you never got, and you should have. Vegan Evan, did anyone ever read this book to you as a bedtime story when you were growing up? Read it as a bedtime story, a chapter a night. You'll be finished. You can read it twice a year. Okay, if you do 250 books call. Basically, the idea is, since no one's been taught this, if people get taught it, try their best. You should be able to double your lifespan, because the problem is that most people aren't to live to 75 years. So you can see why, if you really, really try and you get all the new information, it's free. LIVETO150.org. LIVETO150. Playlist on our YouTube channel. You can listen to it in the car when you're driving or something like that.
We have about 2 minutes till anywhere.
Yeah, we are hurting.
We have merch, like the shirt that Mike is wearing. It's on our website. If you want to order. You can join our local vegan group, veganswsl.org.
One's health focus. The vegan one is just no animal products, And then if you're super focused on health, lifestyle.org. Join that Facebook. The first one has 6,000. That has 1,000. This actually, you get the right slide. I get the wrong one. And
yeah.
I did.
If you want to go to the tent in front of it, Liz will tell you all about the health optimization cruise.
Yeah, that's actually right here on the left from our left, which is your right. Yeah. And yeah, that's a new event. We're trying to get it passed, meaning we're trying to get very, very high standards. We want you to go on vacation, and when you come back, you're in better shape than when you let that ever happen. Never. We know that whenever you go on vacation, you come back and you're like, oh gosh, I got to. So we've designed a whole new paradigm of vacation. So that's what this is. Healthoptimizationcruise.org for more.
Escape to sea travel right over there.
Yeah, there's a line over there now.
Yeah, we have a dinner.
On the weekend, if you guys are into plants too. Well, okay, Mike, I heard you talk about Ecuador, but I'm not going there. How about that? It's called plantsatable.org. PLANTS 2. Scroll down to the one in Naples, which happens next Saturday, 6 days. It's our annual farm to table, fully organic. Everything meets our healthy vegan food standard, and you get a tour of the farm to be there, dining with his wife Madeline as well. They're here today. will be there on Saturday as well. And it's our event for local people. People want to see what's going on locally. You're going to have a relationship with a local organic farmer.
You can follow us on Instagram at plantbasedevents.info to aPlantBasedDiet.org at gmail.com. And we'll be over at the info tent.
Yeah. All right, thank you for being here, everybody. I'm going to hand it over to Shannon Blair, and who are going to announce the next speaker.
Thanks, everyone.
Round of applause for Mike and Denise.